Ivan Lendl out quickly. McEnroe looking at the people behind him. And Lendl will serve, trailing love 1. First set, finals of the 1985 Suntory Cup. Now Lendl was coming in behind that first serve. He thought the ball was out.
He also questioned that call just then.
Watch it right here, Nick.
There it is. Heck of a shot. He thought it was out and lands fairly close to that baseline, Donald. McEnroe made a very good return of Lendl's first serve. What a way to begin a first set. Lendl was waiting for that call. It's 15 all.
Love 1. First set. A lot of tension out here at the opening part of the match. These two guys really don't like each other. And Lendl wants to get back on top with McEnroe. It's good. Lendl stays back.
Very interesting what happened as McEnroe went back to recover the lob, Donald. He looked over the shoulder to see what Lendl was doing. Since Lendl did not come in, he throwed an easy ball back, giving him a lot of time to get back to position. Very interesting on that point.
$30
all. John McEnroe, the winner of the U.S. Open and Wimbledon in 1984. Everyone's number 1.
Unusually great point. The players are both trying to win this match.
Remember, Lendl won this title last year, beating John McEnroe, so he would like to defend his title.
Deuce.
And we're at deuce. Get the feeling, Nick, that if Lendl stays back, McEnroe is going to come in on every shot.
I would think so.
Ace.
Great slice serve. Not very often do you see McEnroe ace.
And Lendl was coming in behind that serve on a high toss. Watch there.
Unusual to see Lendl coming in like that, but I think he has to win the match.
Another good first serve.
Game
And we're at 1 game all.
Kind of nice to go back to that replay, actually, to see a fella like Lendl coming in once in a while.
Ivan Lendl there will go into his crouch. He has to return serve and blunt the great weapon of McEnroe.
15 love.
When he gets a second serve against John, he hits out and goes for the shot.
He has not moved in like last year, Donald. He's still back 3 or 4 feet behind the baseline. smart play that time. He was trapped and hit the ball directly at McEnroe. McEnroe got a little flustered and hit the volley out.
Went right to his head.
He sure did. Whether or not that was purposely, we'll never know.
$15-all, 1-all, first set.
That was a missed hit, Donald.
15.
Last time McEnroe did that last year, remember, it hit him in the eye and he had to stop for a few seconds.
Right, and it bothered his play. But he's never won this title in 4 tries, and he's a little bit hexed over here. He's bugged by it because he wants to win this championship. He's dominated everywhere in the world. That ball, I think he broke the ball on that return.
Well, if he broke the ball, they'd have to play it over. That's what Connors did to Crickstein last week in Dallas.
Your head goes just like that, doesn't go like that, and it works that way too. Can I see, please?
A lot of pressure on these linesmen here because they don't usually see this kind of serving power. There's no mark on that court. Now that return was short there by Lendl. Gave McEnroe a chance.
I'd like to also say, Donald, the linesman never experienced a Lendl and McEnroe that's going to get on him if they miss a call either.
A lot of pressure on these very nice people over here. Very good sporting public in Japan.
Lendl guessed right that time.
John McEnroe holds serve quite comfortably and leads 2-1. Nick Bollettieri here at the Yoyogi National Stadium, home of the Olympics in 1964. It's a gorgeous building, Nick, 13,000.
Sure is, Donald. It's magnificent. The lighting, court, plenty of room on the center court.
Mr. Lendl, please. Thank you.
They're on serve, Lendl at the far end, 1-2. Now there's a smart play by McEnroe. He missed it, but he tries to take that second serve and come in.
Not by much. If the audience would look at McEnroe where he returns service, Donald, he's actually inside the baseline for the second serve, almost on the baseline for the first serve. That's why he gets in net so quickly.
John was there. This time to hit. Lendl, of course, on a hot streak. He's just won 3 major championships back-to-back. Payne Weber Classic in Fort Myers, Monte Carlo on clay, and then back to the WCT Finals in Dallas last Saturday and Sunday. He's had a heck of a 3-week play, and he's really razor sharp.
13-15.
Nick, I believe you were in Dallas down there, and I thought Nystrom beating McEnroe is a big surprise.
Unusual, Donald. McEnroe, not taking anything away from Nystrom, did not serve well. And I don't think he was really mentally Big serve by Lendl. He won rather easily too, Donald.
Lendl won the finals over Tim Mayotte, straight sets. Mayotte has never beaten him.
Well, we work with Mayotte at the Academy. He's done awful well in the last 2 or 3 months.
Sure has. Down at the Lipton, won that match from 2 sets to left down in the final Lipton Players Tournament.
McEnroe making a few errors on return of serve.
Remember, USA Network will be bringing you the 1985 French Open, prime time, 5 nights of the second week, June 3rd to 7th, and that should be same-day live coverage.
Magnificent return by Lendl. McEnroe A little irritated over missing that volley, but it was a good return.
Three days ago, they had a brief exhibition up in Osaka, and Lendl won that 7-6, 6-4. John McEnroe had just flown over from the States, however, was tired. And this is a different setting here today.
15 all.
That serve was served into Lendl's body, causing a mishit. Score is 15 all. Score is 2 all. First set.
In the game, he covers well, he keeps the ball well in front of him with a firm wrist. Let's
look at
watch
this
it.
right here, and notice how close McEnroe moves into the net, Donald. First volley, and he moves right in on top of the net. Last year, Lendl had to throw some lobs in, as we both remember.
Great serve by John. He moves up to 40-15.
McEnroe's strategy, of course, is to crowd the net and give those few lobs away.
Service ace. And McEnroe quickly changing ends. Lendl pausing. He didn't like the ball, but it looked good from here.
3-2.
And John leads 3-2.
Let's watch this. Serve to the outside. Looked fairly close to that line, Donald. McEnroe served very well that game. Both sides.
Lendl to serve. Trailing 2-3. Boy, oh boy, both players, tremendous power on their first serves.
15 love.
McEnroe a little irritated himself again. Look what happened, Donald. Lendl up at the net for the very first time.
13 love.
Lendl a lot thinner this year. Watch him come in quickly now. That forehand volley. Punches it well in front of him.
They have to show that on a replay, Donald. Make sure Lendl believes he was up there.
Ace down the center. Well, I believe he'll be a much better player as he learns to volley naturally and comfortably.
Donald, if he doesn't come up to that net a little bit more often, it'll be tough to be #1 in the world. He could have even came in on that serve that time.
Looks awfully fit, about 8 to 10 pounds lighter. He's Ivan Lendl. He's on that eat to win diet that he totally believes in and follows carefully. Eats a lot of carbohydrates for instant energy. And he's lost a lot of weight. He feels a lot fitter and lighter, quicker than he's ever been.
I believe that diet also has a lot of fresh vegetables, Donald. Check it.
Yeah, it sure does.
The old steak diet is sort of out the window. Not out for you, though.
40-30.
Let's watch for McEnroe to try to take advantage here. He was way down. He's inside the baseline now. Going to force him to hit a good second serve. Said but didn't come out the way we thought.
Lendl hit a great forehand.
Absolutely. He forced him to hit a great shot, Don. He could have tied that game up. Let's watch this. There's the passing shot. The shot previous to that was a very, very good return of service by McEnroe, but Lendl hit a cross-court forehand for win. Score is 3-all in the first set.
How can you miss it?
15 love.
Well, you can miss that, Ivan, because McEnroe just sort of chipped that down the line after making you run for a wide forehand. You lost your timing.
I don't believe that. Lendl got the ball, and then it hit the top of the net.
Unbelievable. Let's watch that.
Most players wouldn't even get that ball, Nick.
He's very quick and hits his running forehands very well, normally cross court. Here it is right here. Great volley. He
John's
hits the
there.
forehand, but it hits the top of the net, Donald. And he still almost made it with both hands.
15 all. They're dead even. 3 all. First set. McEnroe's hitting great volleys from tremendous depth, and yet Lendl's running him down.
Game McEnroe, Felix 4-3, new ball.
And John McEnroe with the awesome left paw hold serve as he cracks that service, and he goes up 4-3. Holds up new balls, and these players are playing for $125,000 first prize.
Donald, the intensity of this match compared to some other matches really show that these players want to win this.
It's like night and day.
Love 15.
Pressure on him here. Second serve. John tried to run around that, and the ball bounced into him. Scores 15 all.
McEnroe gets ahead a point on Lendl's serve, but he can't put 2 or 3 of them back to back.
Notice the unusual short backswing on McEnroe's return to serve. In fact, Donald, he has no backswing.
Lendl keeps hitting the ball harder and harder on these rallies. When the topspin, it keeps it in.
And John tried to shuffle that down the line, had a little too much top on the ball, and shuffled the ball out.
30-15 to the server. Lendl with that open face on the forehand always likes to attack. That's his weapon. Loves to hit that running forehand.
He was coming in again on that serve.
Game Lendl. 4 all.
So Lendl holds, and we're at 4 all first set. You can just imagine these two guys playing in the finals of the U.S. Open last year. McEnroe won easily in straights. Lendl won in 5 sets in the finals of the French Open. Magnificent backhand return to service.
Love 15.
Very few people can do that, especially with the one-handed backhand. Noah's capable, Clark and Lendl, they're big and strong.
Tremendous backswing when they come through that topspin. Lendl has one edge of point here to love 15.
Crossed him up that time, Donald. Normally he's been going cross court, but down the line.
And John hesitated just a second before he moved to the spot, and it was by him.
Here's a replay. Goes Lendl to his right side and hits down the line, catching McEnroe off guard. Goes for the winner.
Perfect
love
shot.
30. It was.
Absolutely perfect play by Lendl.
Lendl's tough on the run, Donald.
Stays low to the ground. McEnroe missing those first serves. Lendl will take a chance. Hit out on the second one.
He may even run around it.
Second serve.
Awfully big chance here for Lendl to go up love 40.
Notice what he did then. He served to the backhand, Donald. Lendl was hoping to be able to run around that ball.
$15-30.
John's hitting off a shallow.
15-14.
Lendl putting a lot of pressure on him, making him run side to side.
John, out of respect for Lendl's return, is not coming in, Nick, on the second ball. When he misses that first one, he's in real trouble.
A little surprised, because the longer the match goes on from the baseline, it definitely favors Lendl.
2 break points. First of the match for Lendl. 15-40. 4 all. And he gets it.
That was a magnificent return from the backhand side once again. He made that on the first and fourth point, or the first and fifth point then.
And Lendl read it perfectly, Nick, as he timed that return.
Here it
See
is right
again.
here. I think the ball came back so quickly, Donald. See, he hadn't even made a split step then. He
couldn't even set up. The ball
couldn't
was
even
back
set
by
up,
him.
which is unusual to see a person like McEnroe pass before he got to a split step to make the first volley.
John knows that he's in trouble now at 5-4. Lendl to serve. Has a shot at the first set. So Ivan Lendl serving here now at 5-4. First set, finals of the 1985 Suntory Cup. Nick Bollettieri and Donald Dell. We're here in Tokyo, Japan. And this has been one heck of a first 9 games. Great serving by both players. That's unusual.
Well, it was so easy, Donald. He missed it. He actually took his eye off the ball and watched Lendl there for a fraction of a second. He played it right. Here it is right here. He goes up for that high backhand volley and hits it down instead of out.
Racket seemed to turn in his hand also as he hit the ball. 15 love. Lendl starting to believe he can beat McEnroe.
13 love.
And what a difference. Confidence in tennis. At this level, that's the only difference. Mental confidence.
Physical conditioning makes up for 95% of the game. Surprised John even let that bounce, Donald. 30-15. Let's watch Lendl's right foot on his first serve. Oh, it's okay.
Service ace. McEnroe didn't even move. Awfully high toss there by
14-15.
Lendl. Pauses. Look at that toss out of the screen.
Yep. It's almost so high it hypnotizes you to watch the ball.
Set point. Lendl tucks away the opening set. 6-4.
Interesting to see Lendl come to the net just 4 or 5 times in that first set.
And now McEnroe. No.
Watch this. Serves well, moves right into the net on top of it, and hits an inside-out volley. McEnroe not making much of a move to retrieve the ball.
Best of 3 sets. All tiebreakers. And McEnroe must lift his game now. He's been missing a lot of first serves. Most people say good shot.
Yes, he does. In fact, he's most dangerous when he's on the run. Very much like Jimmy Connors.
What's the reason for that, Nick? Why is a guy more dangerous when he's out of position?
He hits out a little bit more. They don't think, they just hit.
Second serve. And there it is, just as you said, Lendl on the dead run, hits out. The ball lands good. Perfect example.
Sure is, Don. Here it is here on the replay. It runs wide all the way across and hits down the line. Of course, Lendl's very dangerous because he can go cross-court with that semi-western grip as well as down the line.
15 all.
McEnroe thought that was a fault.
15-13.
He has to play the ball.
He does. In fact, he had an easy volley, Donald. My good friend Arthur Ashe doesn't like the semi-western grip too much, but gosh, when I see fellows like Lendl and Arias and Krickstein and Clark hitting those balls forehand, I don't see too much that I could say bad about that grip.
Well, the results speak for themselves.
Sure do.
Top spin is the cry of the game. The western grip is necessary for the top.
McEnroe quite aggravated with himself.
He's almost out of this set if he's not careful. 15-40 double break point right off the bat. And now Lendl can take command. He can win this point.
Lendl
lost his poise in that first game, Donald.
He wins the first game, second set.
Now Lendl's climbing all over him, Nick, and he has the early break. 1-love, second set. We'll pause now for a word from your local cable system. This is the USA Cable Network. Get out first. Put a little pressure on John. He always comes out second. And Lendl has the break now. We're going to have a real test here whether Ivan Lendl can serve out this match. He leads 6-4, 1-love. And McEnroe must lift his game, particularly on the return.
That's a heavy second serve. McEnroe's missed several of those today.
McEnroe trying to attack that second serve. It's a hard shot anyway. But Lendl's keeping the ball very deep.
McEnroe may start chipping a few of those. I think Lendl thought what he was going to do with that ball and let the ball drop a little low.
And he tried to go over the highest part of the net down the line, where it's a good 6 to 9 inches higher than that center part of the net. 15 all.
Like Lendl's going to take care of the net today instead of McEnroe. Unusual.
It's a switch.
13-15.
Remember I told you that today in the interview, Donald, that I thought that McEnroe would have to come to the net and Lendl would have to do some of the same. Watch the replay. In fact, he came in so close he was able to angle the volley for a winner. Here to business, Donald.
14-15.
That forehand open stroke there, and he pushes right back off, coming into the net.
Game Lendl.
John's very flustered. Down 2 games to love.
Leads 2-love. Love 15.
McEnroe just a step late.
Not only a step late, the heavy balls of Lendl taking a toll, Donald, especially when he hits them down the line and putting within a 1-foot margin area. They're sliding off the racket. Also, his second serve is very, very shallow.
Love 30.
Lendl makes a good passing shot again.
And now McEnroe in real trouble. Love 2, love 30. He could drop behind 2 service breaks.
McEnroe thought the serve was out, Donald. It did look out, but he did not play it. The rules of the game is that you have to play that ball.
How clear does it have to be? 6 inches?
I'm sorry.
It's bad enough. I'm in a bad enough position as it is. You can't call one ball that's 6 inches out?
I couldn't see it clearly enough to overrule.
The ruling now, Donald, is the ball has to be flagrantly out to be overruled.
How clearly does it have to be for you to overrule it?
It was just too fast for me to see it.
Is he sure of this call?
I think he is, yes.
McEnroe in real trouble now because losing that
Love 40.
point, he goes down to love 40. Triple break point. Lendl with a big chance right now.
Interesting to see what McEnroe just said. I'm in enough trouble as it is.
Yeah. And John gets out of 1.
14.
Crowd behind McEnroe now. They'd like to see him get into this match. $15-40. Let's see how Lendl plays this return. McEnroe needs a first serve. He got it.
30-40.
And he got the point.
Here's the serve. Serving right down the center. Catches him stretching out wide into the bottom of the net.
Second serve. Now Lendl will take a chance right here if he gets a short serve. Here he comes. John hit a really good backhand there cross court.
He did, Donald. Donald, I think in almost all the verbal exchanges that McEnroe's had, he's come out ahead in the next 2 or 3 points at 90%. Just then he came back and won all 3 points after he questioned that line call.
We're at deuce. He saved 3 break points.
McEnroe's not going to win playing back there,
Advantage
Donald.
Lendl.
No way. He's not going to beat Lendl from the baseline.
And he can't get to net because his ground strokes are much too shallow. He's on the defense at all times. He's probably better off going right in on his serve, Don.
I don't know why he's not coming in on both serves. Now he's in trouble.
He's in trouble because his timing's lost. He's not used to going to net that much today.
Second serve. Advantage Lendl.
Game, Lendl.
He is flat-footed, Donald. He absolutely flat-footed.
And Lendl
3-love.
breaking a second time now. Cruising to 3-love, second set. On. Lendl wants no part of that. He leads a set in 3-love, 2 breaks. And McEnroe now standing way back, 15 feet, as Lendl serves. He comes in.
Notice Lendl trying to slice him.
It sure was.
McEnroe stayed way back, which is smart serve.
Awfully
Low
good
15.
return. Perfect play by McEnroe.
It was. I think that by McEnroe standing back that far, he actually threw Lendl off in that first serve. Same strategy here to the ad box. Staying way back. Notice John, when it begins, though, he'll start moving in a step or two. John should have came in on the shot previous.
15 all.
He had a good cross-court forehand and did not come in.
McEnroe disgusted. Lendl in full stride. He's keeping the pressure on, serving well, and occasionally coming to net on that first ball.
John's not moving too much, Donald. He really is not moving since the first 2 games in the first set. Again, McEnroe came in for return to service. He was inside the baseline 5 or 6 feet and ran back.
30-15.
Most unusual.
What do you think he fears
Let's
here?
watch this on the replay. He came inside the baseline, did not capitalize on it, and Lendl actually caught him going back to the baseline out of position and made the winner. Rather amazed to see this.
30-15 to Lendl.
McEnroe standing in the position of where Borg used to stand to return service. That's McEnroe, Donald, right there.
That's his best play, and remember, this is the Suntory Cup Finals.
30 all.
Had a lot of great winners here. 78 Borg. Connors won it in 80, 81, and 82. Borg again came back and beat Vilas. And then last year, in 1984, Ivan Lendl beat John McEnroe right here on the same court. In 83, when Connors won the tournament, beating Borg, Borg retired after that match. The last competitive match.
40-30.
He plays exhibition tennis from time to time now, but the great Swede Bjorn Borg is really fully retired from active competition. And he did so on this court in 1983. April.
The reason why I see Lendl adjust the string so much is because of the heavy topspin both on his serve and ground strokes that moves him around.
40-30 to Lendl. Big point. Now Lendl tried a tough shot there, inside out,
He
from
sure
out of
did.
put position.
Deuce.
Actually, the ball had very little pace coming to him. He lost his timing.
We're at deuce.
John may try to slow down the ground strokes. Let Lendl put his own speed on the ball. It's a little bit more difficult than living off the other person's speed.
Second serve.
Wow, Lendl played that point perfectly until he had the high sitter on his backhand.
Should have gone to the big portion of the court at that
McEnroe.
time, Donald. He was on top of the net. Elected to hit behind him.
And now John McEnroe has a glimmer of hope.
McEnroe changing tactics, putting a little underspin on the ground strokes rather than trying to hit with Lendl.
Advantage receiver.
Lendl not getting that first serve in this much for the first time.
Oh,
Unbelievable running forehand by Lendl.
that's his favorite shot, but he likes to go cross court, and here he mixed it up.
Deuce.
We said it earlier, watch it on the dead run here.
There it is here. Watch him come back to the right. And there it is. A big wind-up, semi-western grip, and a forehand winner down the line. I hope Mr. Ash saw that shot, Donald.
We're at deuce.
Again, missing that first serve. McEnroe moves in.
Unbelievable hands there by McEnroe.
It was. Here it is right
Advantage,
here. McEnroe makes a
McEnroe.
wide stretching shot. Feeble return, just makes it. He comes in and passes him down the line. It's a great point. McEnroe must win this game to stay in the match. Very well played by Mr. McEnroe. Again, Donald starting to chip and take the pace off the ground strokes.
And he finally has broken serve the first time.
Game McEnroe. 3-1.
Broke it up at the net, though.
Lendl.
John McEnroe now back in this set, but still trailing. 1-3. Lendl could have gone up 4-love, and it probably would have been over. Now McEnroe hanging on by a hair. Fault call.
No questioning that call.
Wide.
Love 15.
John better not relax here because he must hold. Lendl is still in very confident form. He believes he can beat him. And John must hold here.
That's his favorite play, Donald. The wide serve to the outside, coming in closely and volley into the big portion of the
15
court.
all.
Well played, John. Here it is on the replay. Takes him out wide. Feeble return. Just a little bit of a block volley, and the point's over.
It's all done by that first serve, though, and then he hits that backhand volley.
15-13.
Lendl with tremendous topspin.
Here it is right here. Great return to service by Lendl again. Not too often you see McEnroe go down and send it to the ad box.
30 all.
Sort of feel McEnroe picking up a little bit here, Donald.
He wins this game, he's going to have a lot of a pickup. He was out of this match at a set and 3 love, 2 breaks.
McEnroe's coming alive. There's his little half volley that he does so well. In fact, I was a little surprised to see McEnroe get down low for that half volley. Usually he's up on his tiptoes.
40-30, 1-3, second set. Lendl has the first set, 6-4.
Well, there was a reason he missed that ball. It was easy, but it was sitting up there with a little junk on it. He really made the shot too big. He did not have to make it that big. But a person like Lendl forces you to make a big shot because of his excellent footwork and retrieving a lot of shots.
He is so darn quick now.
Advantage McEnroe.
Volley down the line by McEnroe. Advantage McEnroe.
Dismissed, Joe.
It's a great return to service by Lendl. That big forehand again. Score is deuce.
You talk about a guy hitting out on a return to serve, Nick. Lendl probably does as well as anybody in the game.
He sure does.
Just comes through the ball with topspin. Tremendous confidence on that return.
You see the footwork of Lendl saying, I can get the ball. It's amazing. He does not give you 1 point.
Advantage McEnroe.
A great many players would not even have tried to run down that ball. Well played. Here it is on the replay. Very good serve. Takes him out wide.
Back
First
line.
serve. Correction, second serve.
Advantage to
Looking
McEnroe.
at the lines? Well, what are you doing? I mean, you obviously saw the ball in. If you didn't see the ball in, you wouldn't have called it first serve, would you?
I didn't see the ball.
You don't see? You know, what do you see? Do you see anything?
I didn't hear his call.
Well, but you called first serve, so you obviously thought the ball was in. No? You thought the ball was out. That's why you called first serve. No what?
I'm going with his call.
How far out does it have to be before? How many calls are you going to go with?
I agree with his call. If I have to go.
You didn't see the ball, and now you agree with it, right? You called.
I didn't see it clearly.
You're pathetic, you know that? Fucking joke.
Advantage McEnroe at 1-3.
Looks like Hearns going down the other night after Hagler hit him. That was perhaps the best rally in the match.
I can't believe he tried a drop shot, Nick. Just his choice of shots.
Well, I think he got a little tight.
We're back to deuce.
The audience really enjoyed that point. Well played from both sides.
It's good.
Damn you! Fucking idiot!
Advantage Lendl.
Daniel, don't ever go near my court in a regular tournament, all right?
Watch this serve again.
Make sure every umpire...
That was a miss hit there a little bit, but came away with the hit and the point. Lendl is dangerous when he runs wide, Donald.
Shovel that ball wide. And he is steaming now because he lost a chance to get back in this set. Now down 2 breaks, 4-1. Lendl out quickly, smelling victory, leading 6-4, 4-1. But with 2 breaks here in the second set. John McEnroe steaming, upset over a couple of service calls. And a little bit down on himself because he's missed a few tough shots. Wants to win this title, never having won it in 4 tries. And Lendl now fully confident.
On the second serve, not the first serve he takes.
15 love.
Got to really be.
There it is, same toss, right down the center, second serve. McEnroe wasn't within 5 feet of that ball.
15 love.
Another big serve, right at his body, 30 love.
30 love.
Not by much.
Surprising error there. Forced double fault. He's trying to hit that second ball so well.
But everything's been going right. Donald's at 30 love.
Took a chance.
Took a chance. He can't condemn him for that. Seen Lendl make that low drop volley. Magnificent shot off a good return to Johns.
John quickly ran it down but overhit it.
Yes. Here it is here on the replay. A good drop volley. John comes in, has an open court down the line and misses the forehand shot.
He got the ball. It was amazing. 40-15 to Lendl for 5-1. Great forehand by John.
I think that all boiled down. Lendl could have come in that time on that great serve and didn't. He was caught going backwards off balance and eventually lost the point. This game. I think John thought that was a let there. He hesitated for a second. Went on into the net.
McEnroe still scrapping, battling, hanging in there by his fingernails. We're deuce, 4-1.
Advantage, McEnroe.
Lendl sure looking fitter today.
Yeah,
and
missing a
ready
few
to-
first serves, Donald, in this last game.
John's keeping the pressure on him, trying ever so hard to get back in it. What a talent, John McEnroe.
Game McEnroe.
And McEnroe fighting, breaks back again.
4-2, Lendl.
He's not going to let Lendl serve him off the court. And he remains
New
one
ball.
break a serve down. John will serve now with new balls. This crowd urging McEnroe on.
Seemed like a female in the audience said something. John didn't know what it was, but he gave a beautiful nod, and the audience appreciated it. New balls.
2-4. Second set. Lendl has the first. 6-4 on one break of serve.
15 love.
Lendl, when he gets nervous, Nick, I think overhits.
Yeah,
It's another way of choking. When he gets a little nervous, he just bangs away.
a little flat-footed. But you're better off to bang away and hit out when you are nervous, Donald, rather than holding in, though. You got to move those feet and just
You
keep
figure you
hitting.
can play through the pressure?
I think so. Move those feet and hit through the ball.
It's the toughest shot in the game. McEnroe tries a half volley, drop shot. Says, what are you thinking? And he's right. A lot of touring players would call that a no-brainer.
That's right.
It's a tough shot. 15 all. McEnroe was there, covered it, but the ball just was hit too hard.
15-30.
You're seeing shots, Nick, nobody makes in tennis but these two
Beautiful
guys.
shots. In fact, not only is he hitting the ball well, Lendl, but he's hitting a lot of top on the ball. It makes it even more difficult to volley the ball with accuracy. You know, a lot of them say, how do you miss a shot like that? But it's heavy topspin. I feel McEnroe picking up here, and the audience seems to be with him. They want to go to a three-setter.
I just think
Here's a wide serve, takes him way outside. Lendl even has a difficult time reaching the ball, making it 30 all.
just feel the longer the match goes on, the better McEnroe will play. Sure, right at Lendl. Smart play.
You're actually better off serving at Lendl than outside him.
Just out.
That was a double fault by about 5 yards. He mishit that ball coming up on it.
He was also talking to himself a little bit before he tossed the ball up. But he does that quite often.
These guys have played 20 times in major competition. McEnroe winning 11, Lendl 9.
That was a difficult shot. A drop volley
Advantage Lendl.
from that distance from the net that time.
You see the intensity there in McEnroe's face. Even when he's not playing well, he is a fabulous competitor. He just cannot stand to lose. Struggling every bit of the way today just to stay in this set. Lendl playing so well. Advantage receiver. Must get a deep second serve here. Lendl will hit out.
He'll serve it to the backhand side, most probably. And almost doubled.
And the ever-dangerous Lendl on the dead run hits the forehammer much stronger when he's running.
Puts it down the line and then forehand.
And he breaks serve again.
5-2.
Lendl three times in a row. Watch this point.
There it is right here. I'm surprised that Lendl, not surprised that Lendl hits down the line so much. That's his shot that McEnroe doesn't cover down the line just a little bit more. Watch this. There's the volley.
This is the shot of the match.
In fact, he almost went to the center there rather than covering down the line. The rule is to cover down the line and give that cross court away.
Ivan Lendl has broken serve for 5-2 here in the second set. We'll pause now for a word from your local cable system. This is the USA Cable Network. And you see the two comparison there. John Sturridge, Lendl, fresh and eager, smelling another big title. It would be his 4th in a row. Remarkable record, Nick, on today's tour. 4 successive weeks.
Don, you said it so well. Lendl is physically fit. And he's worked hard on his mental part of the game. I think being physically fit does help you even to be mentally fit. So many players feel their strokes go off. I disagree. I think it's how you feel mentally and physically that particular day.
Lendl, 3 points for match. 15 love. It's all good.
There's no question about it. Lendl is coming into net a lot more today, Donald.
Well, he's thinking that way. He's thinking about coming in.
You won't do it unless you think about it. There's another dimension to his game. Big ground strokes and able to come in and capitalize on weak returns. And he can volley once he's there. Big forehand down the line by McEnroe, and he was ready to move in. Got to hit several more of those very, very quickly to remain in this match.
And Ivan Lendl coming in relentlessly on that first serve when he gets it deep. Stands at double match point. 5-2, 40-15. Lendl trying to repeat here. He won it last year over McEnroe. .40-15. It's a let cord fault. Lendl with a second serve. Attacking, coming in, still making himself come to the net.
14-13.
McEnroe made a very, very good shot that time, because if the ball was up any higher, it would have been Lendl's match. We almost lost the linesman on that ball. Second serve, 40-30. 5-2 in the second set, with Lendl winning the first set 6-4.
Match point for Lendl. Lendl retains his title, beating McEnroe here 2 successive years, 6-4, 6-2. And I don't think you're going to see a better Ivan Lendl as we saw here today, Nick.
Well, I was just ecstatic to see him come to the net again. It just proves that no matter how good you are on the baseline, to beat somebody in McEnroe's status, you have to come to the net as well as from the baseline.
Well, Nick, it's been a good match, good fun, and we're going down to interview the winner, Ivan Lendl, in just a minute. Ivan Lendl, congratulations on winning this title for the second consecutive year. I really thought the only word that could describe your play was awesome. I've never seen you serve better, and you came in an awful lot on your first serve. Were you trying to volley a lot today?
I was trying to volley a little more. I felt that John was guessing where I was going to serve, so I can come in behind it because he doesn't anticipate what I'm going to do very well.
Well, you know, Ivan, Nick Bollettieri in the color commentating had an interesting point. You are most dangerous when you're on the dead run. You hit about 6 tremendous winners while you were running wide, particularly on the forehand. What is it? Why do you feel so confident when you're running in a defensive position?
Well, that's the stroke I learned first, and I feel like if I play it safe, I'm going to lose most of the points anyhow because he's not going to miss the easy shot. So, you know, I say, okay, let's try to hit the winner, and I feel my forehand is good enough to do it most of the time.
Clearly, you and John McEnroe are battling for the #1 position in world tennis. You've now won 4 consecutive tournaments in 4 weeks, Ivan. When you play John, do you feel something a little special in the match?
Oh, sure, it's always special when you play the guy who is the best, and, you know, you just want to win so badly.
Where do you go from here? I know the European season is starting, and what is your schedule?
I'm playing in Tournament of Champions in 3 weeks, and I'm going to have a couple of weeks off because my schedule was really tough, and I had to fly 4 different continents in 4 weeks, and I'm tired.
Well, you may be tired, but you're playing awful well. Ivan Lendl, the winner here. Congratulations, and good luck to defend your French Open championship in May.
Thank you very much.